Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, is one of the more interesting legendary red creatures for me. At least I enjoy playing with him a lot. So here we are, bringing him in Historic Brawl queue. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. Whenever you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until the end of turn. Whenever you discard one or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until the end of your next end step. So, I'm not going to spend too much time describing exactly what we're going to be doing. We are a mono red deck. Look at this curve. Look at the tallest tower here in the 1-drop spot. You know what it is. I'm just going to hit done. We're going to go ahead and fire this baby up here. Find our red boys deck. Historic Brawl. And with such a fast deck, who could ask for anything more than a fast queue? We will see. Here in Historic Brawl, we do usually enjoy shorter queue times. Here, 18 seconds, not bad at all. Sunsnake is on Karvek the Punisher, who we'll take a look at after I decide. To see if I can draw one of those 1-drops we were talking about. This hand is actually worse, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Part of the beauty of the 2-drop commander is that we're going to be discarding risk factor and jump starting it, but here is Karvek. He's going to be a committing crimes commander in black from the new set. So being a mono black deck, I actually think I'm just going to throw out this Rotisserie Elemental. I normally am someone who advocates for spending as much mana as you can, but in this case, considering the mono black deck is going to want to just use their removal, I'd rather them use it on this Rotisserie Elemental. They're deciding if they want to actually go through with killing my 1-drop right now, highlighting it, but we will see. They make a pretty good call here, going with the Bitter Blossom instead. So, unfortunately not hitting our land drop. Inti is going to give us another shot. So we're going to go ahead and discard this risk factor. And, lucky for us, we managed to hit the mountain. So we hit the Rotisserie Elemental. We don't want to discard it now, but we'll go ahead and hit that land drop. So we have the Unholy Heat ready to go. Heat, we're not going to have a very easy time hitting Delirium here, so we may end up just having to use it on one of these fairy tokens. Hopefully not, but I do want to hit with Ambergris next turn. Opponent feeding the Swarm here. That's going to be completely fine with me. And they're going to find this Bitter Blossom is going to come to hurt them at some point. Reanimating the Rotisserie Elemental. Probably not what they had dreamed of. I'm going to hold on to my heat here. Lightning Bolt, never a bad draw. And we're just going to turn everything sideways here. I don't want to discard my hand, but I do want to discard this Thrill of Possibility, and ideally, we will hit a land here. We don't, but we hit a Brother's Hood's End. And they're going to just trade off 2 creatures for our Inti. Should be fine with us. Move him over to Command Zone. They will make another fairy. Now, one thing to keep in mind with this risk factor card is that as they get closer to 0, it's going to get harder and harder for them to not let me draw the cards. So unfortunately, we don't have much going on here. I'm just going to stomp this fairy rogue. It's possible that should have gone face. The subversive acolyte. So considering he is going to be able to grow past our lightning bolt range, we're going to go ahead and kill that now. And very bold plays here with Arena and Bitter Blossom out. Eventually, making these devils with Burn Down the House is going to be pretty good. But this turn, considering that we're missing a land drop, we are just going to have to go ahead and play the Bone Crusher Giant. Preacher of the Schism is a rough one for sure. So unfortunately, they are probably going to be able to make kind of trailed off thought there. We're going to have to just commit to fully attacking, getting them down here, hopefully dying to this Bitter Blossom in this arena. They can jump here. That should be fine. And we are going to play Neheb here. Unlicensed Hearst, unfortunately, getting the risk factor. But Neheb with Trample out is pretty good, and if we hit another land, we'll be able to make 3 haste devils are going to be pretty tough to deal with. Opponent deciding to attack with the Preacher and make the 1/1 with lifelink, that's fine. If we don't hit a land, we probably will just hit that with the Heat. And a nice combo here with the Unlicensed Hearst and Karavik committing a crime with the Hearst. They will be able to cast Feed the Swarm, which is going to hurt them. Or cast Reanimate here. And they will bring back the Subversive Acolyte and the Rotisserie Elemental. And overall have a pretty good turn. And I think as a mono red deck, we know what we have to do. This lifelink might be throwing us off. But we're going to make 3 devils and we're going to hit all attacks, see what happens. Notably, on their upkeep, they're going to take 2 damage from Bitter Blossom and Arena, and we'll see if we get there. Well, if all 3 devils do die, then I can point them all at their face. They do need to fully block knee-heb damage. And so going up to 6, I do think I will get rid of this Subversive Acolyte here. Miss out on 1 damage, unfortunately. And they will die next turn if they don't gain more life. If they attack with the Preacher, then I will be able to attack with the Bone Crusher and maybe Unholy Heat the Vampire with lifelink. But at 2 life, using Karavak is going to be a little painful for them, for sure. So they're going to attack with the Preacher, make the lifelink token perfectly fine. And the Hostile Investigator. There's the battlefield. Each opponent discards a card. Whenever 1 or more players discards a card, investigate. Sure. So 2 cards in hand here. They can hit me with the hearse. Electing not to do that. They do die on upkeep here. I'm going to see what happens with this Unholy Heat. And Karavak is out. GG Karavak the Punisher. Thank you for watching this quick, very fast Essence of Mono Red Deck game. That was awesome. Peace.